Kyle here from All Media Reviews, here to do an update. I did a video like this a few weeks back, and then I don't remember what happened, but it either went too long and stopped recording, something like that. So, vinyl, comic book, and CD update, you could call this video. There's other stuff with the blog, talking about Joyce's birthday and stuff like that. So, wanted to just get into the vinyl first. I have two records that I got recently. I think that's it, since Record Store Day. Um, I remember I saw a deal on, not a deal, not a great deal, but I did get, it's not technically the debut album, but the first record that's sort of considered. It's like, not Images and Words, but this is the Tea Party's record, Splendor Solace from 1993 on vinyl. It's reissued, I want to say it was like 2006. It's not first pressing. I don't even know if initially it came out on vinyl, but very Zeppelin 3-esque, but I mentioned, and I didn't upload that video, that I need to do, this is a double too, wanted to do a video on them for the longest time, but I didn't, never got around to that, and I was trying to listen to their catalog and stuff, but anyway, double vinyl, kind of a clear, I guess you'd call this clear, or maybe, yeah, it's not really gray, it's not really white, so, but, Canada's three-piece, the three-piece band that has, like, Led Zeppelin influence, blues rock, but, Jeff Martin, sounds a little bit like Chris Cornell, but then a lot more like, Jim Morrison at points, especially in this, vinyl labels there with the artwork and stuff. Splendor Solace, because they have like a self-titled debut album, or is it an EP or a demo or something like that. It came out a couple years before, like in '91, but anyway. So the Tea Party's Splendor Solace, good record. I like the one after it more, but The Edges of Twilight, but it came out in '95, but yeah. Alright, and I still need to get sleeves for some of this stuff. And then I ordered this. They have a new debut full-length album coming, supposedly, but I ordered this actually kind of on accident for the price, but I was kind of stuck with it. So I was just curious how much it was. I remember trying to get this a couple years ago. This is Ugly's mini album EP, Twice Around the Sun, from 2024. Ugly, the British band from, I want to say, the Brixton area, because like that, you could say that they're kind of in that same scene or mold to a degree of, well, I like Squid, but then the likes of Black Country Road, Black Midi, we're running out, Jordy Greep, a couple other bands, but the vocal harmonies on some of the tracks on this are really good, like the a cappella piece, The Wheel. Icy Windy Sky, is it? Icy, yeah, the whole thing is great. I remember I did my albums of the year, and it was, even though it's an EP or a mini album, I just consider, I don't really, if a recorded work is that good, I don't care, but yeah, they're in the process, they're trying to sell merch and stuff on their site, Ugly, Shepherd's Carol, talk about clear vinyl, there's some clear vinyl, but, oop, jeez, I have it, yeah, they're trying to basically fund the production or fund the pressing of their debut album, which is supposedly coming out, could be coming out later this year in 2026. Trying to remember when I played this for Joyce, she was thrown off by some of it. Because it has like a 70s pastiche, like a better way to put it. I don't know, I think of like the Carpenters or something like that, but sometimes more like Gentle Giant. But the dynamics and the percussion, and I haven't listened to it since 2024 though, and I'm guilty of that. I haven't gotten around to it. I haven't been listening to a lot of full length releases anyways, or full releases at full length. But so those are the two vinyl records I believe I've only picked up the last few weeks or whatever. So I did get some CDs. I never showed this stuff on Record Store Day. Got on Record Store Day when I went to the Dangle Trio show. I did get the Dangle Trio CD, Darn, and Live at Dick's Palace. Um, my cat can't be helped. Unfortunately, I can't be helped to help my cat. Um, so he's crying. He wants the window open, and gosh, he just can't help himself. Can you? These two, this is like they do a lot of covers on this. When I saw them live, Billie Jean from Michael Jackson on the Live at Dick's Place. This is from 2021 in Lakeville, Minnesota. Amy Winehouse, You Know I'm No Good. God, Joyce. I told her about the Billie Jean cover years ago. She would have been rolling her eyes at that too. They're like a cabaret folk band that sort of leans on some, because the guys in Bryce plays drums. Obviously, were prog rock. Real Big Fish, Squirrel Nut Zippers. Got My Own Thing Now from Squirrel Nut Zippers. Beer from Real Big Fish / Aaron Barrett. I'm on Fire from Springsteen. King Rat from Modest Mouse, not the Queen song. Bring It On Home to Me from Sam Cooke. So there's a lot of covers on here. Jolene from Dolly Parton. The Chain from Fleetwood Mac. They did that. American Wedding from Gogo Bordello. But there's like a grand total of 35 tracks on this. It's a double disc. So there's a lot of their originals too, of course. These CDs, they were like professionally pressed, I think, but ultimately they're still maybe, I don't know. I never heard of this place down in Lakeville, but Lakeville isn't too far from where I live, though. Dick's Place, I suppose I potentially could go, assuming they're still open. Anyway, because I hadn't really thought about them and stayed in touch with them since before COVID, but this was during COVID in 2021. Hi. And this is their studio album, Darn. So, their theme of food, they got a hot dog on the cover and everything. So, and I haven't listened to these. I mean, I'm having a better chance of a better method with the Anhedonia listening to songs. Some of it is just making the time and what I feel like doing. Kaja, I don't think you should jump on here. My hands are full. He can't help himself, can you? No. All right. So the other kind of big piece on the compact disc front here, you're going to either settle down, or I'm going to close the door on you again. Discipline my kitty in front of the camera. The Trod from Robert Ferris. It's technically the Trod. Well, the Trod's the name of the band, rather. The Great God Pan. And this technically is a CD-R, I guess. But it comes with a DVD-R, which is not video. It's some images and a lot of demos and stuff. That CD, that DVD must still be in the disc or whatever. So it's in the. Cause I was ripping it to this laptop. I need to have it on there. But yeah, this is dedicated to Kevin Gilbert. Robert Ferris, of course, wrote or co-wrote a bunch of songs with Kevin, and he was an original member of the band Giraffe. The name Giraffe came from a combination of Ferris and Gilbert. In effect, the name was similar to that. The booklet I thought I put back in here. Hey, you want to bite me? You want to cry? You just, you want attention, don't you? Here. See? You can't, This is the Kaja show, not the Kyle Vinyl CD show. Graphic novel show. I haven't listened to it all, and I should have, especially given that, the connection to Kevin Gilbert. And it came out in 2009, I think. I'm pretty sure. But, Great God Pan. Musically, it's sort of like Zeppelin. There's a lot of Zeppelin influence, I guess, in this. Although, some of the comparisons were the Police. But, yeah, look at all the credits there. And, he, of course, Robert Ferris, beyond the writing and co-writing with songs like Big Heart and um, Water on the Bridge from The Shaming of the True, and one or two of the Drax songs, Waking the Sun. He was in that project called No Two, which I have both the CD and vinyl I showed on YouTube a few years ago. It doesn't sound like No Two. No Two definitely sounds like a product of its time. It also had that guy Chris Kello. I don't know what happened to him, but um, this sounds more modern. You could say it's for the 2009. Now that's whatever 17 years ago, which isn't still as modern as it should be. But it sounds more like a product of its time too. An album that was made in the 21st century. So, but I need to spend time with this. I should make more of an effort. Like the Deer Hunter record, I haven't spent time with fully, just because I love the songs he did with Kevin, of course, and yeah, I maybe need to do a separate review of this at some point. I don't know, find the time. So, all right. So then, the other things I've got recently, a few weeks back was Free Comic Book Day. I met up with someone, although she was there with the guy she was seeing at the time. Anyway, it's sort of like, all right, you're going outside because you're just being too much. Oh. Um, yeah, I met up with her, and I never Free Comic Book Day is a little bit like Record Store Day in some respects. I went to one store. The store that we met up was the Source in St. Paul. There's a big line, not massive line, but some of the same kind of thing. You get these free comics books, which I thought I had. Yeah, they're right here. That was the premise of it. But I don't collect comic books much. I have the Transmetropolitan stuff I showed the other day on, but as a whole, I don't have a lot. I've got Philip K. Dick's uh, Electric Dream of Electric Sleep in there too. But this is the stuff that they gave free. It's even got this. It's signature Free Comic Book Day. Crawler Carl, Dungeon Crawler Carl, a Superman Unlimited, whatever special. Free comic. What is this? Batman. No, this isn't Batman. This is something. Deathstroke. Next Level. Um, some of these other ones. Monster Mark. Um, Conan, Tides of the Tyrant King. Conan, so. Gun Honey. The Name She Lost, Inania. That's kind of interesting. And the movie just came out, I guess, but this is Masters of the Universe. Of course, He-Man, Dungeons and Dragons. These are all in my bag. Minotaur. I don't know if all these were in a lot. Like, there's probably like 500 different things for Free Comic Book Day. These aren't very long. They're like probably 20 pages long. Zuthril of the Dusk, and the Ultimate Oz, the Ultimate Universe. This kind of hits home because I'm a big Wizard of Oz fan. So the style of this, it must be Ozma and some of the other characters. I probably will wind up reading them. There's your Dorothy, Scarecrow, Tin Man, and Lion, and TikTok or I forget Melinda. I forget the name of in the Return to Oz story in the actual books what the chicken is, or the rooster, the chicken. And Dragon Circus. So obviously I wasn't seeking this stuff out, but it was kind of neat to get the free comic book stuff. And I don't know what this was. Attack of the Origins Power, like a game or something. But I didn't find anything that I wanted to buy there, since this is all free. But I decided there was another place I heard I was talking to them called People at the Source in St. Paul, or technically is it Roseville maybe, or Falcon Heights? It might be Roseville. A place called Comic Book College, and I was looking for graphic novels, and so I did find some of the pretty much the ones that my two go-to graphic novelists, authors, artists, Daniel Klaus and Brian K. Vaughan. And I mean, I would have looked for like some of the Monkeys. I was looking for Monkeys comics for Joyce and stuff, but didn't really find any of that. But I did find 3 of the Daniel Klaus graphic novels. I think I'm missing at least 2 of them. Live or Like a Velvet Glove, Cast in Iron. Which I know some of Daniel Klaus's stories have like the early stuff. This is from like the '90s sometime. I don't remember what year it was. This was before Ghost World. It crossed over, so some of this might be reissued or whatever and reused. But then Caricature again. I don't think I had this one. Um, again, the date. This is not like looking at vinyl. They have like the dates on here, the published date in the first page. I can't remember. Seattle, Washington. I don't know. I showed all my graphic novels from Daniel Klaus once, but anyway. And then Pussy, cat. I I might already have this one. I'm not sure, but I remember reading 1994 edition. Yeah, so but and okay, so then the other thing I did find was I found one of the missing Daniel or Brian K. Vaughan um, big ones, the Ex Machina. 'Cause I've got individual issues, but not all of them. This is all. I turned to this is called Compendium 2 from Ex Machina. So it's not the whole thing, but like half of the thing, half of the whole Ex Machina story, which I've never read entirely. I've got a bunch of the issues. I got them from the library years ago. Uh, about that mayor, a costume crime fighter, the Great Machine Mitchell 100 took on petty thugs, gangsters, terrorists, and supervillains. As mayor of New York, he had to contend with dirty politicians' approval ratings and tax revenues. But while Mayor 100 may have put his superhero days behind him, his past may not be through with him. So this was the second half of it. So I didn't have the first half. I thought this was the whole thing when I got it on Comic Book Day. So, and I asked like Barnes and Noble and some other places if they could order it. To rather buy it at the bookstore itself. So there's Compendium 1, which came in the mail like a little less than a week ago. So, I mean, this originally came out mid 2000s. It was after 9/11. It's set at points. He travels through the way this whole story is told is that it's this guy who he discovers he has this ability through this machine, and he becomes like a vigilante. But it's like some of the scenes are set in like the mid 90s. Some are set in the early 2000s. It's different months, weeks or months. So dealing he runs for mayor, and spoiling it, he ends up becoming the mayor. But so this is part Compendium 1, so Compendium 1 and Compendium 2. So I want to read that. So along with that, I have some graphic novel reading to do because I never finished. I only read about maybe half of it. Paper Girls, which I've got another copy of this because another copy got like bent. I've been reading. I was reading this last fall. Actually, I never finished it. For the series, the TV series that was on Hulu, I think it was, got canceled after with 8 episodes or something, one season. And then Saga, the big one, that I got last fall too. I never gotten reading. I've read a few issues of this, but condition is now taking a little bit of a hit, but it's still fine. So my goal is maybe if I can make the time, and time is not what a lot of us have, of course, as much as time feels weird without Joyce here and everything I've gone through. To read these 3, and then even the Transmetropolitan graphic novels, maybe by the end of the summer would be the goal. At least by the end of the year. So I got to invest the time. I'm probably going to try to go to Barnes and Noble and do some reading myself. Have a Saturday or Wednesday night or Thursday night or whatever. So and maybe then I'll actually do some proper reviews of some of this stuff. I don't know, like I did for Spectators, which. As I did that review of Spectators last fall, and I wonder if he's thinking about doing more with that story. It kind of concludes, but he could still do more with it. So, Brian K. Vaughan. So that's pretty much the update. I got did Joyce's birthday, which is a heavy day. I feel the lead up to it. I'm finding these sort of near first days are more difficult the lead up to it than actually the day of. It's weird. Memorial Day weekend's coming up. I don't have a lot of plans. I've been doing bowling. Got a 140 got 136 last week, so my average bowling has gone up. My team's in first place actually, but the last week is next week, but I'm not going to be there because I have conflict with my cousin's thing, Violins of Hope. These violins from the Holocaust have been restored and played in all these different. I'm going to Joyce's alma mater actually to go see them play on Sunday the 30th, or was it the 30th or 31st actually? And this coming week there's no bowling, so anyway, I got a lot of projects. I did talk about the progressive art rock thing I've been doing, the podcast. I have a potential like a working title if it does work. I don't know. It might work. Do with art rock eras. And I need to get a new laptop probably for that. That's my whole goal, to try to like make it isolated. If I can try doing that, and then I might do more with the progressive art rock Instagram page and the shorts if in due time. I may start doing actually filming here, but so there's some things in the works. But again, it's a matter of time. I still need to work on Joyce's vinyl to alphabetize it so I can show it. So and yeah, I mean, there's a wedding shower coming up. There's a wedding coming up in July. I'm seeing the family crest on Joyce's 1 year anniversary of her death. I'm not sure how I feel about that, but they're coming and playing the entry in Minneapolis. But it might be the best thing for me because last year I had tickets to see them. They've come here like almost every year the last 3-4 years almost. Really since Latte passed away. Right around that time I think it was, or maybe it was the year after. Like 23, 24, 25, and 20. Yeah, it's like this 4 times. Now they make their money, got to pay their bills. The guys in Family Crest from San Francisco. But they're coming July 22nd. I want to see some other shows coming. I'm seeing Joe Jackson on Saturday. Yeah, Saturday night finally, and I'm seeing Inara George in June at the Dakota. So maybe I'll do a review or a video blog with reviews of that stuff too. So, but that's about it for now. Thank you for watching though, and we'll see you next time.